This is Shutters Inc. with Bruce Williams and Glynn Lavender.
Hi and welcome to episode 533 of Shutters Inc. What could be a very loose episode. This is Bruce Williams from Shutters Inc. Podcast. And short. ShuttersIncPodcast.com, and that there is Mr. Glynn Lavender from CreativePhotoWorkshops.com.au. How are you?
And yeah, good, and thanks for coming, everyone, and talk to you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, you've probably heard all the sensible stuff already.
You only reminded me we were recording 4 minutes before start time. So we've actually done less than our normal research tonight. Yeah. So if our normal episodes are crap, imagine how bad this one's going to be.
It just occurred to me, I haven't even sent you the stuff that I've put together. So
I'm glad you got stuff. I've got no stuff. I'm stuff free.
Right. I've got to find the chat window for Skype now.
Hey, do you want to know something bizarre, though?
What's that?
I took some photos this week.
No.
I know, right?
What were you thinking? Yeah.
Well, I wasn't, obviously.
And?
Oh, well, I always do like the kid's birthday portrait on their birthday, or the day. Usually do like the last day of whatever year it may be. So if they're 14 going on 15, I'd do the last day of 14 portrait. Yeah. Well, last day of portrait, 14, I don't know, I was feeling crap or something. Didn't do it. First day of 15, didn't do. About a month after 15, finally thought we'd better get it done. I can't remember, where did we even shoot? Oh, sorry, I went down to Footscray. The kid had curriculum day on Monday.
Right.
So get this. So
what the hell is curriculum day?
Also, when they don't have teachers, there's a student-free day at school.
Right.
I don't know. Last episode, was one of my kids homesick? Do you remember?
I don't recall.
I think it's hard to know because they've been home sick. So my youngest has been home seriously unwell. Been home. She went to school Monday week ago. Lasted a couple of hours. Picked her up and was home from all that week. And 4 of the 5 days the week after.
Yikes.
Went back to school for a day. Got sick again.
Oh, what?
And has been off the last 4 days. And will be off tomorrow. So of the last 3 weeks, she's been home 14 working days of them.
Wow.
And add into that then curriculum. I think the one day the kid went to school was the day they had a curriculum day. They had the other kid who had to look after. So it's been about 8 weeks, I reckon, since I've had a day without the kids.
Is your youngest one happy at the school?
Oh, loves the school. Oh, no, she's been seriously sick. So she started off with, she had a bit of a cold.
Okay. That's
fair enough. Who cares? Woke her up sent to school, and she just couldn't get her up, and that's really unusual. Sent her to school anyway, because that's what parents do. Yeah. And then got in first aid with upset stomach. Oh, typical. Went down there, picked her up, was fine, Took her to swimming that evening and was fine. Woke up the next morning with tonsillitis, really bad tonsillitis.
Yowch.
And couldn't swallow, just crying in pain.
Wow.
So she had tonsillitis for a couple of days. Went to the docs, here's the medication. Couple of days into tonsillitis, my gums hurt. My gums really, really, really hurt. Got these mouth ulcers inside her mouth.
Right.
So she can't bite, she can't chew, and she can't swallow because of the tonsillitis. So now she's got mouth ulcers and tonsillitis.
So gingivitis, by the sounds of things.
No, mouth ulcers.
Okay.
Ulcers. Actual big, pussy, very big, lumpy ulcers, and so you couldn't. And then she got gingivitis.
Oh, shit.
On top of the tonsillitis, on top of the bloody other thing.
Jeez.
And then finally got just well. Went back to school for a day. Came home with a really bad cold, and that's just coughing the lungs out. Just I can hear it down into the house, still just coughing. Coughing. Has been home all week, sick. So it's like. So I'm sick and tired of them. I've had enough. And it's just constant cough. So really sick kid. And then the other one, did the 15 portrait. So I got a couple of shots in, and then we went out for dumplings. So there was at least one highlight this week. Not the photos, the dumplings.
Nice.
But it's been a while since I've shot, so it's kind of felt. I don't know if it felt weird. It didn't feel weird. It didn't feel like, I forgot how to do it.
But did it feel nice to pick up the camera again?
No.
Oh, really?
Didn't feel anything.
Really? Oh.
Didn't feel good. Didn't feel bad.
Okay.
Just felt, I don't know. You've asked a carpenter if he picked up a hammer for the first time in 6 months, would he? Oh, I've got a hammer. Probably not. I don't know. Yeah. It's just a tool. Yeah.
I don't know. When I did the shoot with Tegan a couple of months ago now, the steampunk shoot, it was, I don't know, it just felt really good to be doing a creative shoot again.
You probably enjoy photography.
Yeah. There's that. There is that.
You probably have. Yeah, you're doing it because you love it and you want to do it.
Yeah. True.
That's not me.
Yeah.
That's not me. So I did take some photos, and they came out okay. So it was pretty good. Trying to get a 15-year-old with surly attitude to get a photograph that's even half decent, that was a freaking challenge.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. So and then I did a little play around with some AI this week as well.
Oh, okay. Tell me you're not getting into Midjourney like Jeff Foster.
I did some Midjourney stuff, and typed in a couple of words and got a few things come up, and it was like, oh well, that's it. I'm done now. I've done it. I don't have to do it anymore.
Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt.
So that was it was interesting. I was just thinking through the image of what I came up with.
Oh, okay.
There we are. Sent through to you just there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what was your input variables?
It was just like straight jacket, nun, horror.
Right.
So I've got a nun in a straight jacket looking horrible.
Yeah, right.
pretty
for those who are not up to speed on Midjourney, it's basically this AI engine that you can throw a couple of keywords at, and it will generate artwork that reflects those keywords. Would that be an accurate description?
That's pretty good, yeah. And then people can upscale it, and it gets higher and higher quality the more people who sort of vote on it.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that aspect.
From what I could kind of gather, yeah. And so the detail and resolution starts to kind of pick up and improve and things like that.
Right.
So, but you only get this limited free trial, and then you got to try and think of something smart to kind of write, and then it's like, I don't know what to do, and then you give up.
So after the free trial, what does it cost to be involved?
I think it's like $10 a month or something.
Okay. So that's not too.
Which is like, if you're
bad.
into it, it's okay. Yeah. That's moderate price. Yeah,
right.
I'll just send you to another one here as well, and this one was Mars Storm. It just came through now.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so
nice.
That's pretty clever. Yeah, I guess. But some of the stuff people are coming out with is really quite amazing. So obviously they're doing pretty good stuff. But, but what is it though? Where's the satisfaction in it?
For the audience who have not heard of Jeff Foster, Jeff is a guy that I met in my days working with lynda.com. Jeff,
who he is?
Yeah, Jeff was also an author with Lynda back in the early 90s.
I thought he was my friend. I said, I can't believe Bruce keeps tagging himself on my stuff. Yeah, my I thought he worked for Tamron.
No. Jeff's background is I was going to say animated graphics. That's not the motion graphics. So he does motion graphics for video. That was his background. He was an After Effects specialist. Then he got right into the whole drone thing, and he friended me on Facebook when I went over there to record my video training for lynda.com, and then
it's strange. He's friends with a whole bunch of people I know.
Is that right? Because I think he reached out and became friends with you because I told him about our podcast, and it's probably then just friended more people from there. So. Yeah, but Jeff has been on this whole Midjourney thing for probably a month now. My whole Facebook feed is full of all the different things that he's been feeding into Midjourney, and
he's got some good stuff.
Oh, there's been some great stuff. Yeah, blows me away just what this AI can come up with. Based on a few keywords of input. Yeah,
very. But I don't know how it's rewarding.
No, I guess it's like any new fad, everyone goes through it.
I mean, as a hobby, it can't be a thing that'll work I can't see it being exciting as a hobby. I can see how it's got business applications.
Yeah, totally.
If you need a background or something interesting to go behind a product, you don't want to pay an artist for it.
Yep.
Graphic design, all that sort of stuff, and you could just throw $20 at an AI to come up with 20 different options or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the ad agency will still charge the client a couple of $1,000s for the privilege.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the satisfaction is. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It's like asking somebody else to go out and photograph an object and give you the photograph. Okay, so you get the photo, but it's somebody else's interpretation of the thing you wanted to see.
Yeah, not exactly what you had in mind, but maybe close enough.
Yeah. Can you go take a photo of the Eiffel Tower at sunset for me? And sure, I can do that because I'm in Paris. I'll do that for you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
but it's never gonna. I don't know. It's not going to have any personal value to you. I wouldn't have thought.
No. Maybe. So interesting concept,
but brilliant what it does. I mean,
totally,
it's spankingly good.
Yeah,
and I hope Jeff doesn't listen to this podcast because he probably assumes I know who he is. But I thought I did. That's the even scarier part. So I thought I did.
Right.
So Jeff, I'm just joking. All those last couple of minutes, I was just bullshit. Of course, I knew who you were. I was just Bruce. I was trying to make Bruce get confused. That's all it was. That sounds believable, doesn't it? You can just edit out the bits me being unsure.
That's right.
Yeah. Of course, because I'm never going to listen to the podcast, I can just trust you.
That's it. Exactly.
I can just trust you. Yes, that's been my imaging exercises for the last couple of weeks.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I didn't. I edited a couple of photos from India yesterday as well because I was bored.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Not really. They were not that good, but but I did it anyway.
I think I liked one of them on Instagram or Facebook, one or the other.
No, but they're still just photos.
Yeah.
Nothing special about them. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, and yourself, you've drunk a fair few whiskies tonight. Are you okay?
I've had. Do
you need a man hug? Do you need a Skype hug?
No, I'm okay. I just felt like a couple of whiskeys, so I've had 3.
A couple of 3. Hello. Okay, as long as I've got your back. I'm here for you if you need to talk.
Excellent, thank you, mate.
Adam was putting up. My mate Adam was putting stuff up on Facebook today about how many men commit suicide. So
I did see that.
I saw that. I should at least ask the question of you. And just in case you are feeling a bit down, he left his phone number there. Call in.
Call someone who cares.
G'day, look, I saw your phone number on Facebook. I thought I'd give you a chat. 3 a.m. in the morning. No, you don't know me. But look, I saw your number on Facebook, and I thought, I'll just have a chat. What's the weather like? 3 a.m. in the morning. Yes, I don't think I'd ever put my my phone number on Facebook.
No.
But anyway. But you're okay. That's
I'm good.
important.
Yeah, I'm good. Still doing the 2 days a week with the ABC up in Newcastle. And
it was only 2 days a week, was it?
It is only 2 days a week at the moment. I expect that maybe September-ish it might extend a little bit, which would be great. So I'm doing 2 days with them and 2 days of driving the truck for Coles. And that's my week.
Can I just stop for a second? I just cancelled my audio recording.
Why did you do that?
It wasn't deliberate.
Just hit record again on a second file and I'll stitch them together later.
No, because I hit don't save.
Oh, so you lost it.
I lost it.
Oh, okay, we'll hit record from now, and I can just...
I just hit record just then.
Excellent.
You can leave this in the podcast, because that'll be funny.
Yeah. Hilarious.
And you know what? Be unsurprised. The level of competence is low. So this is what Bruce has to put up with, people. I don't know. I was trying to close down a messenger thing from Apple,
right?
Because they had a photo. I hit close, and it said, "Do you want to save this?" I thought, well, maybe somehow I edited the photo, so I said, "No, I don't want to save it." Then it says WAV file, blah blah blah. No, what are you closing that down for? So that went well. That's like my life at the moment,
Since 2005, Shutters Inc. has been a labour of love. But beyond the time required to produce it, there is also a financial commitment. If you find value in the podcast and would like to help keep the servers running, hit up the Patreon link, which is in the show notes. Even a couple of dollars a month will help. Much appreciated. Now, back to the podcast.
I did buy, this is fascinating stuff, I did buy a firewood log storage cabinet today. Because it was on half-price special. Yeah, it's hard to knock them half-price specials.
What was it made of?
It's metal.
Okay.
It's like a metal circle with shelves to put your kindling on one side and your big logs on the other side.
Oh, okay. Right.
It's good stuff. Yeah. Oh, I took a photo of it. There you are. I took more photos. There you are. I'll send it through. You can use it for the cover of the episode.
Excellent.
There we go. That'll be brilliant.
That's what we need.
There we go. Done well.
So I've been practicing my hydro dipping, which is not going very well at the moment.
Why?
Because I'm
not enough hydro or too much dipping.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've got to get the technique right. So we'll get there eventually.
Remind me. Just pretend. I know, just for the sake of laughs and giggles. Yeah. Pretend I've got some idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Or no idea of what you're talking about, I should say, and explain it to me again.
So hydro dipping is this process where
No. What are you doing? What are you dipping?
I'm dipping.
Oh, it's the car. It's the car
panels from the car.
You go.
Yeah, they go inside
I vaguely
the door.
remember that.
Yeah.
There you go, the wooden ones.
They're meant to be wooden. They're made of plastic, but they're meant to look like wood. Yes, that's them. So
I still think you should make some new ones actually out of wood.
It might be.
Get some balsa wood.
It might be quicker and easier.
It might actually work. So what's been going wrong with the process? What's the...
Well, part of it might have been, and I stress the might have been because I don't know for sure, might have been the fact that I was trying to dip 24 hours after having primed the plastic, where I finally sat down and read the instructions on the primer and it said maximum adhesion occurs within 5 to 7 days. So I've now, sanded them back, primed them again, and I'm leaving them for 5 days.
You had to call that guy who was wrecking the car and say, do you have any more?
No.
So they're not wrecked.
I can reuse the same pieces. So
how lucky is that?
But it meant having to sand them back to sand off the failed paint attempt and then recoat them with primer and now leave them for 5 days. So it might have been that, or
could have been
general
incompetence,
or it might have been general incompetence. So the process is that you've got the film which has got the pattern or the design on it, and you need a body of water that is big enough so that you can dip your product in there at a 45-degree angle. You need the water to be at 35 degrees centigrade. So there might have been a water temperature issue, although I don't think so because I did have a thermometer. So I think the water temperature...
Yeah, but did you check your different thermoclines?
What?
Your different thermoclines.
It's not that deep.
Well, how do you know it's not 33 down the bottom and 35 at the top?
It's a couple of inches deep, mate. It's not like 50 feet.
Okay. I'm just thinking, I'm trying to problem solve for you, dude, and you're laughing with derision.
So you lay the film on the water. You have to leave the film on the water for about 60 seconds to absorb water. And it does this weird thing where the film...
So it's like when you do those temporary tattoos.
Kind of. The film actually physically expands on the surface of the water for about 10, 15 seconds, and then it contracts back to its original size. It's really trippy to watch. And after it's contracted back to its original size, you then spray on what's called an activator, and the activator dissolves the...
Activates it?
It activates it.
Oh.
It dissolves the plastic backing that's on the film, right? And once the activator has done its thing...
Activated.
Yeah, and the backing has dissolved, you can then dip your product because all you've got is ink in its right position as the pattern floating on water. And so you then dip your product in and it just, coats around the complex curves of whatever it is that you're dipping. So the other potential issues are that I sprayed too little activator or too much activator, and I think it might have been too little. And it might have been that I didn't get my timing right. So I didn't wait long enough before I dipped.
Or you waited too long.
Or I waited too long. Again, I think I didn't wait long enough. So because of the one piece of plastic that I accidentally broke into two pieces, I broke the biggest piece into another two pieces. So I now have 3 guinea pigs that I can use over and over again until I get the process right.
And it's less to sand down, I guess, too, isn't it?
Yeah, so I've got these 3 short pieces that are about, 10, 15 centimetres long that I can use to hone the process. Once I've nailed the process and, understand the quantity of activator and got my timings right and all that, and I get a successful outcome, then I've got my 4 real pieces that I can then go ahead and dip. So, yeah, we live and learn.
Man, I would have just got someone on Fiverr.com and made them do it for me. They'd do that. That'd work, wouldn't it? Or just get in touch with Alibaba. They make everything.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Anyway. So that's
what
been
process,
my...
dude.
Exactly. That's been my week. So,
yes, surprised. No wonder you need a whiskey.
Yeah. There you go. So you got any photography stories to talk about?
Well, I did just see quickly in the 2 minutes whilst I was waiting to log in of research I did that Nikon's first quarter imaging products profits are up 48% year on year.
Wow, is that because they ditched their SLR business?
Well, I guess maybe they had supply. Well, basically it was year on year, so it's middle of pandemic versus. Yeah, after pandemic, theoretically.
Okay.
Last year there would have been like factory closures, supply issues, people not out buying as much stuff, all that kind of stuff, I guess.
Yep.
But they're saying their revenue's nearly matching pre-pandemic results.
Right.
And then, of course, they had their Z9 came out, I think, or actually available, which was a fairly expensive camera and fairly popular. So that's going to bump up the dollars, but that's good news for Nikon/Nikon.
Yeah. And the Z9's a mirrorless, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're all mirrorless these days. I don't think they're releasing much that's not.
Yeah.
But that was good. That was a bit of good news, though, to see Nikon doing okay.
Yep.
And that's my entire photography news for the week.
Fantastic. So Paul Sutton sent us a couple of things. One was a link to billwyman.com/photography. He said, someone you may have heard of. He's not from a well-known band or anything. So for anyone who doesn't know the name Bill Wyman, he plays in the Rolling Stones. What does he play?
He's a bass player, isn't he? Count.
Yeah.
Yes, he's not even a musician, really. When you think about it,
Okay.
I thought all these photos were out of focus, and then I realised the resolution hadn't come in yet. So that's... Actually, I think it might be out of focus.
I think it's kind of a deliberate effect on the web page.
It looks like vintage 1970s. He's got photos from the 1930s. That's not him. He's not that old. I know Keith Richards is.
You wouldn't have thought so. Might be his baby pics. I mean, he'd be close to 90.
But see, they're photos of him that I'm seeing. So how does that make him? How does that? So is he not the photographer? What's the story here? Since you've done all the research, tell me what am I looking at?
All the research of copying and pasting Paul's link into the text document.
Well, Paul, we should make our job a lot easier and sort of say what we should say.
Yeah.
It's really asking too much for us to actually be intelligent and smart enough to have actually. Oh, there you go, bass player. It says it right there. I don't know what I'm looking at.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I thought I was still on his photography, but no, I'm not.
It's a bunch of photos. I'll give it that. I'm looking at 1981 at the moment.
Photography?
There's a thing that says photography. If we clicked on that, that might help.
That might help. I somehow ended back up on the homepage of his website, and then I clicked on a link, and what I went to wasn't actually part of the photography stuff. So.
Well, I'm just clicking photography and nothing's happening, so...
Yeah, so I've got through to the first section of his photography page, which is Bill Wyman's Rhythm Kings.
Oh. What's that?
Some pretty ordinary photos of some stuff in concert.
So we're loving it, is what you're saying? We're loving it.
The first image wasn't particularly inspiring, and the second image is taking an age to load, so...
Well, here's the thing, though, Bruce. We really don't want to look at good photographers because that just makes us feel bad about ourselves.
Right.
So, I think it's really good of people to send in bad photographers' websites. I mean, that could be a challenge, make us feel good about ourselves and our shallow egos by showing us really crap photography. But just for the listeners, don't send us our own websites. Just before you even just...
So no, some of the other images in the Rhythm King section are good. It's some of it seems like it's shot on stage, and some of it's not.
I can't even get it to load, so I'm just...
it's very hit and miss for me as well. Some of the images load straight away, and some of them take ages.
Go and look at it yourself, folks, and
yeah, absolutely.
You two can sit and watch nothing load for a while.
That's right. And the other link that Paul
did he send us another link?
He sent us another link. He said, "I know it's possibly a bit late for the show. However, here is the catalogue." And this was the catalogue for the Michael's family camera store auction, which went
part one
on Invaluable. Oh, part one, is it? Right.
Yeah.
On invaluable.com. I've not had a chance to look at what was there, but yes, we are indeed a couple of days too late because this actually went to auction 2 days ago as we're recording this. So it'll be 5 days ago by the time the podcast comes out.
But they are definitely, so it's only part one of their sales, so...
right.
Expect more, I guess, going forward.
So what sort of stuff were they auctioning?
Well, they're one of the world's greatest photographic museums, so it's full of thousands and thousands of incredible cameras like gold Leicas and gold Hasselblads and gold everything and moon cameras and all sorts of that.
Or that have been like coming from deceased estates and things like that?
No. Like that over the 100-odd years they were in business, they collected cameras.
Hang on, are we talking about Invaluable.com or are we talking about Michael's?
Michael's.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, so Michael's had one of the world's greatest camera museums in their store.
Right.
And they offered the entire thing to the State Library of Victoria, and they said, nah, thanks.
What?
And they offered it to another museum, and they said, nah, thanks. So they said, we'll just sell them.
You're kidding.
So they're selling them to everybody.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Because they had a bricks and mortar store, right?
Yeah, the oldest running one in Australia, yeah.
Right. And am I right in remembering that they were closing down because they were in financial strife?
No, they just closed down because the Peter Michael, the current CEO, wanted to retire. His kids wanted to do other things.
Right.
So we just said, we'll just close it down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So they closed the whole thing down.
Wow.
Just because they wanted to and sacked all those poor staff members.
Yeah, right.
So the family doesn't doesn't miss out, but a whole bunch of people lose their jobs and stuff. So
yeah, right.
And not near the camera stores for them to go to work at these days. So
no,
not sure what happened there.
Right.
But they did have a fabulous museum. Most of their entire second floor was just full of cameras, and that was only a small amount of what was on display.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, I'm having a rough time getting that link to open as well. So I don't know if
that link doesn't work for me either. So that just goes to the front page of Invaluable.
How bizarre! All right, I will see if I can find a better
OMC.
link. Sorry,
OMC did How Bizarre. The song.
How bizarre! How bizarre!
Otmar's Millionaires Club.
What's Otmar?
That's what OMC did. And Otmar, as in the lead singer, died in a car crash.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, there's history lessons now as well. Musical history lessons.
There you go. Get it all on this podcast, people.
And you might not want it, but you get it.
There you go. So I found a couple of stories just before we started recording. And the first one I grabbed...
In this few minutes?
Yeah.
Between whiskies?
Yeah, that's it. In between the whiskies. I grabbed this one because I felt like it was kind of related to the story that we had about Nikon in the last episode about them, ceasing production of DSLRs. This is Panasonic reported to be dumping their low-end models to target professional photographers and filmmakers, which seemed like...
I can see the filmmakers, but I don't see the photographers.
Right. So you think they're going to go more video than anything else?
Well, they've been known for a very long time for their video side of their cameras. So a lot of vloggers, video loggers, is that what they call them? Vloggers, video loggers?
Yes.
Video loggers, a lot of them use Panasonic cameras.
Right.
So they've been very popular for a very long time.
Things like the GH cameras, right? The GH4, GH5, yep.
Yeah, G8s and all the stuff, yeah. But it's, I just don't see it as that many photographers. But who knows, they might come out with something amazing, but I don't see it.
Or
more likely, the bottom end's got no profit.
Might be that it's just a little bit cheaper to get into than your bigger brands like Sony, Canon and Nikon, and therefore they might actually... Not
if you don't make very many of them, it's not.
Yeah, true.
Their low-end stuff just obviously doesn't make any money, so what's the point of making that anyway?
Yeah.
That's probably what they're really... It's probably their justification for killing off. They're trying to make it sound positive, but the reality is, hey, we're losing money hand over fist selling this stuff, so let's just not bother.
Well, I think, as we've acknowledged in the past, the bottom end of the camera market is just completely, annihilated by the smartphone market,
Yeah.
Your smartphone does a perfectly adequate job, and I would argue today on a comparable level to what you get out of your low-end cameras.
Well, you can argue all you like, mate. I'm not going to disagree with
you. Yeah. The next story I've got was... this was a bit of a feel-good one, so I thought I'd throw this in.
What's it doing on this podcast?
Yeah. This company turns discarded fishing nylon into fantastic camera backpacks.
I called bull.
Why?
Where they're finding enough fishing line.
Well, apparently
to make enough bags.
8 million pieces of plastic get dumped into the ocean every day.
Yeah, that's not fishing line, though.
No. But there's probably a lot of fishing line amongst that.
Yeah, okay. So we've got enough for 4 bags this week, people.
But it's not only fishing line that they use.
So basically it's made out of recycled Coca-Cola bottles.
So pretty much all kinds of plastics that are retrieved from the ocean that are obviously compatible with whatever process they're using, they are then, recycling and turning into backpacks for camera gear, which I thought, well, at least... here's someone trying to do something a little bit proactive for the environment, trying to reduce the impact of the plastic waste in our oceans. I thought it was a good story. They're called Surfers
They're making it out of
Sewage.
Carpets.
Yeah, where did I see?
So if they're making it out of carpets, if they're coming out of the ocean, what are the people putting carpets in the ocean for? Yeah. Do you know you can get vegan camera bags?
What?
So just because I thought, okay, look, they're not the first people to make camera bags out of recycled plastics. I'm not sure why it's. I'm going to kill you. I'm killing the vibe of your good news story.
You are.
So I thought I'd just Google up. Recycled camera bags. And there's this advert here. These are the best eco-friendly, vegan, and ethical camera bags and accessories.
Right.
Okay, so let's have a look here.
So in the story,
Wake's camera bag.
It says, other than infamous fishing nets, nylon for Econal, that's the brand or the product name, also comes from items like carpets and industrial plastic.
Yeah, so in other words, they're just going to factory. They're not going down and picking up fishing line out of the bloody... They're unfettering a whale from a fishing net and then trying to make that into a camera bag. I'm just thinking, if that's their business model, it's not... you're searching far and wide, and it's a very finite amount of... all power to them, but here, there's the German-Australian sustainable brand Wakes, Wayks, produces modern and minimalist travel and camera backpacks for the conscious traveller. They're made from recycled PET bottles, so Coke.
Right.
So there's one.
So that's another company that's in competition with this mob.
Then there's Wondered. I think to be in the recycled market, you've got to spell your name stupidly. So Wondered is WANDRD. Produces travel backpacks, sling bags, and camera straps that are functional, stylish, and built to last, using long-lasting materials such as ballistic nylon and weather-resistant YKK zippers. Or doesn't say what's made out of bloody camera bags, out of cola bottles though. Yeah, so then also we've got Camerette, KAMRETTE. They might be the vegan ones. I don't know, I didn't bother looking because the name was too stupid. Sans Beast camera strap. For style-conscious vegan photographers, the Sans Beast Vanilla Recollect camera strap. Oh, my God, people. And I wonder why the world's ending. I'm telling you. Here we go. Ethnotech. ETHNOTEK camera backpack. Social enterprise Ethnotech produces a slow fashion. This is like slow cooking. A slow fashion range of colourful travel backpacks, laptop bags, and camera bags and accessories that feature handmade textiles from artisans in India, Vietnam, and other developing nations. Isn't that where all? Is it what? Is this what we're calling sweatshops now? Yeah. Handmade textiles from artisans. Just go on. I mean, you can fool me once, but you fool me a third time, and I've been fooled too many times. That's something like that. Kelly Moore camera tote bag. There's a Ground Truth. Responsibly manufactured by Blue Design, certified in global recycle standard manufacturers, Groundtooth's RIKR range camera bag is one of the most sustainable on the market. Built for durability, the bag is made from regenerated fibre, sourced from 100% recycled PET bottles. Oh, there you go. So that's another one. The bag contains 25 upcycled plastic bottles and comes in a biodegradable Cassava packaging and is carbon neutral. There's some competition. Crumpler. Even our old mates at Crumpler has been producing camera bags since 95. There's an office in Berlin. There's nothing. It's not even vegan friendly, that one. That's just bloody Crumpler. Personalised camera bag. You can get one with your name on it. Doesn't say if it's a vegan. It could say the personalisation could be I'm a vegan. I'm a recycled vegan. It could say it. There you are. So there's quite a few available, Bruce.
Right.
So what's your next bloody good story you want to try? Oh, here's another one. Earth. Well, URTH. Earth. Oh, God.
So my last story, and I'm a bit dubious about this one.
I'd be scared about putting it up too if I were you.
The title is, You Think James Webb is Powerful? $1 billion giant Magellan telescope will have 4x higher resolution. Now, the reason I am dubious about this particular story is because halfway through the blog post are two images. One low-res that purports to be from the James Webb and one high-res that appears to be from the Giant Magellan Telescope, which hasn't been built yet.
I think these are proposed images, what they think it's going to look like. Of course, they're obviously not taking an actual James Webb image because that doesn't look anything like any of the photos I've seen from James Webb.
Yeah.
And the Giant Magellan one's got all these funny rings on it.
Well, I reckon the image that's labelled as Giant Magellan is probably off James Webb, and the one that's labelled James Webb is one that they've just downgraded from that.
Nah, because the one that's Giant Magellan's got, around all the stars, it's got these weird circles.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's just a computer. You know what it is? It's bloody AI. What would it look like if I had? There you go. And it's going to be shooting through the Earth's atmosphere, so it's can't.
Yes, exactly. Because the Giant Magellan will be a land-based telescope.
But I tell you, it's going to have a 25.4 metre mirror,
right?
Which is pretty impressive. That's a 100-foot wide telescope mirror. That's pretty impressive.
How does that compare with Arecibo when Arecibo was functioning?
Yeah, but that was a radio telescope, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think you'll find that was a radio telescope, so it makes no difference, Bruce.
Right.
It's like there's a difference between radio and television, Bruce. One you can see stuff, one you can only hear stuff. I would have thought, being in audio, you'd know these things. The total light collecting area of 368 square metres will deliver images sharp enough to resolve the torch engraved on a dime from nearly over 99 miles away.
Wow.
And the telescope mount is 39 metres tall and weighs 2,100 tonnes.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, though, if you're holding up a dime 99 miles, 160 kilometres away, I mean, that's a lot of magnification. How are you going to hold that dime steady enough to be able to read it?
Exactly.
It's sort of bullshit. How do they know? That's theoretical.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And surely that doesn't include what would it be like with air. You know, it's like on a hot day. You look 100 feet down the road, you see swirly air.
Exactly.
You tell me, looking through 160 kilometres of it's not going to...
It's not going to get any better, is it?
Sometimes that glow, that haze kind of magnifies stuff. Okay, that's what they're relying on. The magnification of the heat wave to make the torch look bigger on the dime.
Right.
We'll believe it when we see it, Bruce.
That's it.
Yeah. Fabulous.
All right. Well, there we go.
Well, that was a brilliant episode.
Oh, that was just Class A podcasting. That was.
That is up there with. If we ever do like a bottom 10
this will be number one.
Can you fit 550 episodes into that though, Bruce? This is the question. You have to, bottom 10, but it's 10.99, 10.98, 10.90. So we could fit them all in there if we tried.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to go and listen to my kid cough.
Excellent.
Joy of joys. And and we'll resume this fabulous conversation in 2 weeks.
Yes, when I will be sober.
I wouldn't advise it.
Mate, you have a good one.
The listening. Oh, mate, take care.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
You've been listening to Shutters Inc. For questions, comments, and feedback, email theboys@shuttersincpodcast.com.